It gets worse, JoJo fans! Oh, if you remember the news article that we was talking about yesterday, where we were talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is getting a live-action film. Well, it turns out, like, the information that we was getting was slightly wrong, but it hit the nail on the head about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure getting a live-action movie. However, though, this is the thing that we gotta learn, and I'll describe to you. Toho and Warner Brothers announced at a press conference on Wednesday that both companies are collaborating for the first time to produce and distribute a live-action film adaptation of Hirohiko Araki's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable manga. The press confidently lists the film as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable Chapter 1, and what we find out so far, the movie, which will open in Japan in summer 2017, and they have a bunch of the voice actors and the characters and all that they were kind of going for the last time and all that, and generally I'm here looking at this and I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Honestly, you know, I wouldn't have minded a little bit more of the Stardust Crusaders one, having a little bit of that, but then that just went down to shit, and I'm like, even so, it's gonna be fucking terrible. And if people didn't see the video I was talking about last day with this one, I was talking about the main problem with that, I don't have confidence in these live action adaptations. It's mainly the fact that Japan just isn't good with live action movies at all. They have such a strong difficulty whenever it's a source material and adapting it. There's exceptions to the rule, like the Rurouni Kenshin movies that came out really good, or but this is a series, especially it's you've got so little time and all that to actually work on this. You've generally got a year and all that to do CGI, to record lines, to get voice, to cast everything, and generally they're no, we want to make this some sort of legacy, we want to make this a movie franchise and all that. We want Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and it's they know already that they want to do multiple movies, and this is the thing, what we've got from here and all that, and I'll explain to you some of the casting. Prolific filmmaker Takashi Miike, a live action for Terra for Mars, which was one of the most fucking hated live action movies that Japan had. It got completely shredded in both the box office and also as well from critics. Ace Attorney, Crow Zero, which is I've actually heard good things about Crow Zero and all that. Yeah, man, for God's sake, Ichi the Killer and all that, he's directing this movie, and we've got a long person. We got this guy known as Kento Yamazaki, who's played in the recent Orange movie, Your Lie in April, and also the live action Death Note, he's actually playing as Josuke. We've also got as well confirmed a bunch of characters and all that we're gonna have Koichi in the movie. We're gonna have Nijimura, Okuyasu, Katagiri. We're gonna have Jotaro. We're gonna have a bunch of Yukako, a bunch of these characters. One that kind of as you can see, I need to look into the thing more and more and more. Nothing has been said at the moment about Yoshikage Kira, or they haven't said anything about Red Hot Chili Peppers or any of these characters on there. So you're thinking okay, then the first movie is just gonna be if they got this many people, I think they're kind of showing we're gonna keep the dumb goofiness of part 4, but it just sad, it just it's it just doesn't sound good. I don't especially when you hear the guy that did the Terra for Mars live action is directing this shit. You got a fucking very limited time budget. And I said it last time in the last video and all that. They just, why do they rush out these movies so quickly? Why is it oh no, we'll give you a year and a bit, there you go, make the most of it, get your cast members, get on that, get them to reprise the roles, get them to voice actor really good, get the CGI. Japan has an crazy, insane work ethic, but it just doesn't work a lot of the time, and I just, it's been a very long time since, I generally think the last real good live action thing I saw was generally the Crows movies, and it's just no. Generally, I think I'm a little bit more upset about this, the fact that it's part 4 is my favorite part, and I kind of don't want there to be a shit stain on the JoJo franchise, especially with the part 4, and generally that they were going to do Stardust Crusaders, and I bet a main thing with that was probably because they absolutely they didn't want to get other people in, they didn't want to film in Egypt, they didn't want to get people different kind of races and involved and all that, because for some reason Japan has a fucking insane thing for white their own version of whitewashing, where they absolutely refuse have this just huge refusal over there and all that to actually have other like different like nationalities and skin like actors in their movies at all, which baffles me. Like the whole big thing of like the Full Metal Alchemist like series and all that. One of the things involving the Ishvalan, which is a big thing about, you know, political and like racism and like how that's kind of addressed. They're not having them in the movie. Just looking at that, it's like, oh, well, we don't want to hire these guys and all that. We just want all in-house, you know, like Japanese people. And it's just like, it's just so fucking stupid. And I bet you that's a big reason why like Stardust Crusaders fell under, because it's like you've got French people, you got Abdul in there, you got a bunch of Egyptians, you got all different kind of nationalities in here, and you generally like, you know, you can and all that. It just it's another part of like what I don't like about Japanese live action movie making. It's just like, I hate the fact that like, you know, people complain about whitewashing in movies and all that. Like Japan like has their own version of it. It really is like kind of disgusting a lot of the time, but like why they actually do this, and it's just such an annoying thing about it. But I'm genuinely curious to see what you guys like think about this. Like, what about a JoJo's like Bizarre Adventure live action movie, and the fact that they're straight up like skipping not part 1, part 2, part 3, and go straight to part 4. But I'm pretty sure they'll be like, whoa, you can read the manga and you can watch the anime, you know, like, to catch yourself up to date so you can see the movie. But it's like that. It's honestly genuinely stupid. If anything, like the one that probably would have worked, like I don't know, like Araki like fucking shut down that original movie for like Phantom Blood because it was fucking terrible apparently. Like generally, Phantom Blood is the one that you could probably get away with actually doing like a live action movie, because there isn't too much you have to do with stands. All you have to do is like with vampires and some like freezing effects and fire. You know, that could have actually generally worked if you had the right people, but no. Like I was saying, like, you know, like, oh, I had like a small little bit. No, I have zero hope for this movie. I have not when that Terraformars fucker director, and I don't know why you keep giving him shit if he's like generally just being a fuck up about it. No, I have no faith in this movie whatsoever. Like absolutely zero. Like I still want to see a trailer and all that to finally like, hit the nail on the coffin and all that. But straight up going into this and all that, this adaptation, I have no fucking hope. I do not want this out. I hate the fact that this is going to be multiple movies as well already, knowing that this is going to be the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure live action universe. Like, it's just like, get that fucking Marvel shit out of there. Like, no, I don't want the fucking, that universe bullshit. But I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comments section down below. But that's all from me. Sorry that this is quite a negative video today. I know we like to do positive ones, but generally this kind of irks me because I'm in a big JoJo mood, like as of like recently, like going into part 4, like, you know, 5, and then also as well like 6, and 6 is amazing, and now we're about to start up part 7 soon. It's just like, it's great. Like, I love JoJo, and it's just like I hate like shitty things in the fucking franchise like that, and it's just like Japan, like, they're never going to change their ways, so we just got to see what it's going to look like. But that's all from me, so thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys though next time.